Hi everyone, this is Howard and welcome to my week 2 presentation of our concepts and theories that I titled Melting Pot of Theories. It's sort of how I felt after sort of reading all the different theories and how it's evolved and how it's currently applied in modern times. And as we learned, there are three core theories that affect public administration. There is Taylor's scientific method, Wilson's dichotomy, and Weber's bureaucracy. As I was reading through all the theories, it seems like every theorist believes that his or her method is essentially a silver bullet that can sort of cure all the issues. But as we've seen, that's not necessarily the case. We see sort of a evolution and influence as time goes by, and different theorists that play off of each other, and they make certain improvements and certain changes as time goes on. There are two theories that you can see that is applicable in real life scenarios or in modern day situations. First is Weber's bureaucracy. As you can see, the org chart on your left goes accordingly with Weber's well-defined formal hierarchy of command, where the managers dictate the orders down, and there's a division of labor where each individual is specialized in their field. Managers usually go by formal rules and trying to preserve consistency and accountability. We pretty much see that applied today in pretty much any form of government, but especially in local government, where you have a council that has the vision, passes that out to the city manager, which directs the different department heads that are specialized in their field to do the work, but accordingly, following strict rules and regulations, and still trying to preserve the consistency and accountability. The next concept or theory that can be applied to modern day life is Fourier's 14 Principles of Management. It's a play off of Taylor's scientific management, where there is a division of labor, authority, unity of command, unity of direction. Obviously, there has to be a vision from the organization or from the leaders of the organization, whether it be private or public, that's carried out and implemented by staff or line staff that again are specialized in their field. And there is pretty much a scalar chain there that you see pretty much in most organizations where um, every individual is pretty much knowledgeable of what the whole organization wants and what their goals and visions are to be carried out. As we get down to stability of tenure and equity, um, Fourier starts to depart from Taylor, where he believes that tenure and input and suggestions from the employees are important to the organization, and it's pretty much a form of dedication to the organization, and we see that today a lot in, at least I do, in local government, where there is that public service motivation that is needed to sort of better or be more efficient in carrying out each task. One concept I believe still holds true today are the 14 principles of management. We see that a lot, whether it be in public or private, but especially in local government, where you have a council, most of the time has the unity of direction, the vision for the city, and that gets passed down to the city manager, and then the unity of command starts, where there's planning, there's implementation, instructions given down to the different department heads that are specialized in their field. There is order, and everybody that is working knows basically the whole structure of the organization. Right? They know what it's about, what the directions are, and what needs to be done. And a lot of sort of the evolution between chaos and efficiency pretty much comes from staff input or suggestions, right? Everybody is specialized in their field. You do something long enough, you tend to find more efficient ways to do it, and these inputs are very valuable to any organization and can save a lot of time and money. We particularly see a lot of stability of tenure. This concept is pretty important. If you see a lot of turnover in any organization, usually people are hesitant to go towards that organization. Not only that, it's very costly. Each employee that leaves or gets terminated, you have to spend a lot of time training and seeing how they do. And if they don't work out, you just got to go through the whole cycle again. One concept that I believe needs to be changed is Follett's holistic nature approach, pretty much the transformational leadership. But it's not just transformational leadership that I read about. It's more of a reciprocal relationship between superior and subordinate. And in our readings, it states a situation of law, basically, meaning that the situation will dictate how the subordinate and the superior will basically agree upon. So the traditional orders from the top down isn't there because Follett believes that we as individuals can't handle taking orders, right? We pretty much want to be part of the team. Right? We want to feel like we're part of the solution and not just a cog in some wheel. And Follett believes that in any sort of situation there where an order needs to be given, there really is no need for the order, in that the situation itself will direct both the superior and the subordinate to do what is needed for the organization. To me, that's a little bit of wishful thinking. We do need order. We do need vision and direction. I do believe in the hierarchy of command, where there is a bureaucracy, but it's not strictly that. Right? It's pretty much a melting pot, as my title page stated, of different theories. Right? As we go along, doing different things, we discover that one method is not that efficient, right? But there are things there that we can put in our toolbox and go ahead and move on, and grab a few things here and there as we go, and see how that works and evolve. In my experience, both in public and private organizations, there really is no silver bullet that can solve one situation, especially within public administration when you are serving the public, right? And the public can vary from different cities, different states, different cultures, right? And so I find that at the end of the day, public administration is again a melting pot, right? There's some from Goodnow, Taylor, Weber, Wilson, White, Fayor, where there are different areas where you can pull that in, right? You can have the unity of command under the 14 principles of management, unity of direction, right? You can still have sort of a dichotomy there where you do know that there are two different basically sides working towards the same goal. However, you see Goodenow and other theories add to that where there are influences, right? We have council on the political side, right? They have the vision, but we all know, they're pretty much involved in City Hall where they sometimes do dictate what is needed. And vice versa, right? If we have staff members that are affected or disagree with the vision of council, then they may start to change a little bit too, right? Because they are the experts where the council relies upon. So if they feel like they're more knowledgeable than council, then that sort of affects council's decision. Right? You see that when there's recommendations made on agendas where sometimes council just unfortunately blindly follows without asking any questions, right? And so you see that influence between politics and administration. So in closing, there isn't a silver bullet, just like my title said. It is a melting pot of theories. We need to evolve and continue to evolve and see what works and see what doesn't. Sometimes one theory or one direction may be the best. Other times, maybe not. So, as long as we keep an open mind and maintain efficiency and accountability to the public, I believe as public administrators, that's the best we can hope for. Well, I hope everybody had a good week, and I'll see you next time.